11 habits that changed, well, my life. 11 habits that changed my life. Your life was changed? Not yet. Your life will soon be changed, though, with these 11 habits. Start with these 11 habits and you'll get to, well, where you want to be. If you start your life in these 11 ways throughout your day, weeks, months, years, your life is going to change. You need, firstly, to, well, seek a purpose. Now, I know that seems a little bit religious, but it's true. We all have to have some purpose in life. Now, let's think about it very briefly and basically. If you wake up in the morning, your purpose is in some way to get out of bed. For some reason, that is. But what is the main reason? What is the main thing that you need to get up out of your bed for? Well, obviously, if you've slept for 8-10 hours, if you're lucky enough, that is, to have slept that long, or even 5 or 6, you'll want to, at some stage, go to the toilet, the lavatory, to visit, to make some form of offering, shall we say. But the point is, you will have to get up at some stage for that. Also, you might actually get hungry or thirsty. So that's a basic human need. But other than our basic human needs, we need to have purpose in our lives. And when you have a purpose, that is when you can actually make a huge change, a beneficial change, not just in your life, but in the lives of others and in the world itself, believe it or not. And this, well, this huge purpose needs to be motivated by you, and it needs to be a sustainable motivation for you. That's the first one. The second one is to stop, your part of your brain, which is called the amygdala. What? What's her name again? The amygdala. It's not a she. Well, it can be if you were a she. Never thought about it that way. It's the almond-shaped piece of your brain. It's right there, bang smack in the middle. I can't see it now, but it's somewhere there. And it's in charge of, well, your safety, essentially. And going back to the first point, our basic human needs. This is a basic, fundamental part of your brain, your physical brain. However, sometimes the amygdala gets in the way. It's like your really safe grandmother or your mother and grandmother together that won't let you go out playing when it's a little bit windy. They are trying to protect you. They're wary of rain. They're wary of bad or worse weather. They want you to be safe. But you'll never enjoy things. You'll never actually, achieve things if you don't just get out of the house. You won't be able to create new habits that make you richer, that'll make you happier, that'll make you develop more, and so on. So this part of our brain sometimes gets in the way of us changing, taking bolder steps, going from one to the next thing, developing our confidence, trying out things, new things that is, and making our confident ways go across to other aspects of our life. So if you feel afraid of doing something, but you're deeply motivated in some way to do it, you have that curiosity to do this, and rationally, when you think about it, that it makes sense for you to go and do it, well then push yourself, because you're pushing yourself beyond that part of your brain, the old granny part. Thirdly, relationships need to be developed, cultivated in fact, enriched. Relationships we see for ourselves, that is, for all us human beings, they're about sustaining themselves for a longer term. That's why we have this concept of friendship. That's why we have the possibility of relationships. That's why friendships can blossom into relationships. That's why relationships can just happen. We need to cultivate, and when I say cultivate, to dig, to mow the lawn around, to enrich by flowering it up perhaps, these relationships. So we need to work hard on these relationships. Now relationships take time and they take effort. So if you think about like saving money, you're saving money, you're working hard, you're trying to get a little bit of money together, but physically you can't put it into your home, so you need to put it into your bank account. And when you put it into your bank account, You can see the money on the screen. You can see the numbers increasing. This is giving you a motivation. But as you invest in your relationships, in your friendships, in people, this is where you begin to see things happen. Not at first, but soon. Little notch by notch. You'll get there. You'll meet better people. You'll develop yourself with these people. You'll learn from these people. In fact, you'll teach these people before you know it things that perhaps you've just learned in theory yourself. But believe it or not, you'll see the impact in their lives. And then you will feel confident that you're even better with people and meet, well, even a greater range of people. You have to be mentally tough though. I mean, this is the thing. You mightn't be mentally tough. Going back to an earlier point of where perhaps we need to push ourselves further through that mental barrier. Get past the amygdala. Get past what's up there in our brain, that middle brain that's holding us back. The safety aspect of things. We need to push ourselves. Mental toughness is not something that all people are born with. Some people need to really, really push themselves. Really, really challenge themselves. We can, of course, sit back like I am now and relax a little bit and wake up and just blame people and just, pin it on people forever. It was their fault. It was them. They made me do it. They did not tell me about it. I should have known better. Nope. You need to build mental toughness yourself. One of the ways we can do that, though, is scheduling your day. Know exactly what you want to achieve tomorrow. Now, achievement is a big word, and tomorrow is only one day. But then, as the song says, what a difference a day makes. I'm not going to sing right now. Anyway, the thing is, your achievements are going to happen once you list in your mind's eye your goals for the day, your targets, what you want to do. Accepting things that are not what you wanted to achieve the next day is not good enough anymore, because you've scheduled your day. You've decided that in the morning I'm going to do A, B, C, in the evening I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and in between in the afternoon I'm going to do all the other letters of the alphabet. That's 20. Is that a poem? Maybe. Haha. So we need to schedule things. You need to complete your hardest task first. Now this sounds like a really tough thing to do, but then again, that is what the hardest task is. It's a tough thing. But think of the sense of achievement. We touched on achievement a moment ago, but you really will feel much, much better when you do the hardest thing first. This, believe it or not, this video for me today is my hardest thing, and I'm doing it first. So I'm thinking right now on my feet about how can I communicate to you about how this is so difficult for me. Well, just by the very fact that I'm speaking freely, I am coming with and from my own experience and from what I've learned in life, and I'm giving it to you for free. That this is hard. It's hard to reach back into my memories all of the time. I have a amygdala as well in my brain. I need to jump beyond safety. I need to use what I know best. But I know it's hard. It's difficult for me today. But once I've achieved this today, I'm jumping. I am laughing. I'm floating along. All the other tasks, they're easy. So that means the majority of my day, and when I get tired during the day, towards the evening at night time, that's when I'm going to be just feeling great. Which means the majority of your restful state that night will be, well, wonderful. Now, the next point. You might have big things to do, big targets, goals to reach, but they're just too big. So what you need to do is break them down. Think of your pizza pie. You cut it up. You love it all. You want to eat it all, but you just cannot eat it all. Okay, slice it down. Make it into little sections. Take a slice here and there. Enjoy it. Remember, that is your aim, to finish it. But smaller chunks. One chunk at a time. Work and living space. This is where you're going to physically do things. You're going to physically spend time, perhaps in one office, all of the time, in order to achieve what you set out to achieve. But in doing so, you need to keep it clean and tidy. Why? Because This is going to be a mirror image, essentially, of what's in your mind's eye. If you are untidy about things, unclean about things, it will come out in your production. So clean up. And as you do that, clean up your web space, clean up your internet emails. Unsubscribe if you need to do so. Why do you need to read all of these things coming into your inbox? Please subscribe to me, of course, because I'll keep you informed. But there's a lot of things out there that just ain't doing that. So if you subscribe to what you really need, and will really, really help you, then that will give you greater motivation, greater knowledge, and so on. But unsubscribe to the rest. Why do you need it all in your inbox? Lastly, remember to look at your money, your expenses, what you're spending. Because essentially, what you are spending is going to, it's going to guide you along habitually in the next part of your life. So that's going to be another habit, one of the 11 I just mentioned, that will change your life. So thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you have unsubscribed, hit that button. Until next time though, thank you very much. And what type of day will you have? A wonderful one.